What's the most dangerous thing you did as a child that you didn't think was dangerous at the time? We would hit .22 caliber bullets with hammers. Did any ever go off? Yeah, we would set them in an old truck rim and take turns smacking them until they went off. Being pulled behind a car on my skateboard because I saw it in Back to the Future. I wasn't prepared for the speed wobbles. I used to crawl through drains and go exploring in sewers. I almost got stuck once, but I was still little enough to get through. Running around behind the mosquito truck playing in the fog. How are you alive? He ain't no mosquito, Dave. No response. Looks like they finally got to him. When I was 5, a couple of my friends and I were playing some kind of make-believe game, and part of it was you needed to unlock the door with a magic key at some point. What this actually meant was jamming unbent paper clips into outlets. I remember pretending I was driving and shoving my mom's car key into an outlet. She quickly ran over and hip-checked me out of the way. Edit. Word. Jumping off the couch and pretending to fly like a superhero. To this day, I remain a comic fanatic, but when you jump off the couch and go straight through the glass coffee table, shattering it into millions of little glass pieces, your parents make you stop pretending to be a superhero for a little while. Not a scratch on me though. Either I got lucky, or I am a superhero. Tape .22 caliber bullets to train tracks and watch trains run over them. We thought it was cool because it sounded like machine guns. I crawled under my mom's car and hid there for about 15 minutes just to surprise her when she left for work. We covered ourselves in snow and pretended to be speed bumps. I have no idea how I'm still alive. I once ate my dad's back pain medication thinking it was some sort of sweet. I was told pills would make me sick. So I wanted to skip school one day. Yeah. Parents, explain to your kids that overdosing is not the same as getting a cold. 4th of July, first time messing with Roman candles. Everyone else who had a Roman candle was shooting theirs off, but mine wasn't firing. I decided to check out why by looking straight down the barrel of it. As soon as I looked away, the candle started flaring and I nearly shit my pants. I patch avoided. In elementary school we would play run between the swings. We all got kicked in the head a couple times. Our entire recess would be that game, pretty much. I still remember when I booted a kid a good 7 feet. Entering people's homes without their consent while they were not there. Putting on their clothes, cooking yourself dinner, and then reenacting their family scenarios using stuffed animals. Jumped out of a tree with bungee cords hooked onto my belt loop. Edit, clasp snapped and got whipped by bungee cords. Stand by the tracks and throw rocks at the train. As an adult I realized that those rocks were shooting back at me going about 60 miles per hour. Glad I still have brains. My friend and I went onto her porch by her pool and started mixing chemicals for the hell of it. Chlorine concentrate, bleach, and who knows what in a big blue bowl. Once our beautiful solution was complete, we couldn't get within a yard of it without the fumes burning our eyes. Yeah, we were not smart chalons. I used to love pretending to be Batman. This isn't inherently dangerous, but what I did as Batman was extremely dangerous in hindsight. I would grab a garbage bag, use that as a cape, then I would climb up to the roof, say some cheesy Batman lines and jump off. Somehow I never broke anything doing that. The choking game. We'd bend over, intentionally hyperventilate, then stand up quickly while our friends pressed on our windpipes so that we would pass out. We thought it was hilarious as 12 to 13-year-olds. It was fucking idiotic and I can't believe no one died/developed brain damage. Wait, the choking game was an actual thing? Holy shit. I always thought it was just a made-up game the teachers talked about in middle school to scare us. It was definitely real, quite popular too where I am, Manchester, England, when I was roughly 13 to 15, 7 to 9 years ago. We stopped doing it after I hit my head on a door handle on the way down and passed out for an abnormally long time. All my friends ran out of the house thinking I was dead. Even the guy whose house it was. Never really did forgive them for that. I refused to do it again. Towing other kids while riding on a bicycle, or me being the towee, i.e., having a kids in the handlebars and maybe seat while I rode bicycle. Car hopping trucks, cars, etc. In the wintertime we could hide behind trees or mailboxes at stop signs or mailboxes during big snowstorms. And when the person would stop, we would sneak up behind the car, grab its bumper and kneel down. Then we'd have the car pull us like we were skiing. It was fun to see how far a group of us kids would get. UPS trucks were the best because of all the places you could hang in too. Train hopping train cars. Walking over the bridge that went over the railroad tracks was a long walk, so we always crosses over the tracks to the other side. But when a train was stopped, we'd climb through in the middle of the stopped cars. Sometimes we'd do it even if the train was going slowly, since the train stop was just down the road and trains didn't go super fast in that area. I would lick the bottom of my shoes every now and then. I thought I was being badass by not caring about germs, I guess. Some friends and I found a cave in the middle of nowhere. It had a narrow entrance about 3 feet wide. Crawl down at 20 feet or so and it opens up into a massive vertical drop, 10 feet wide and over 100 feet deep. The first time there, we couldn't see the bottom. So we came back with climbing gear and a flare. Yeah, a flare in a cave. We dropped it down and it just kept going, eventually hitting a ledge and bouncing out of sight. The cave began to fill with smoke and the red glow lit it up like an entrance to hell. I clipped onto the rope and began to rappel down. The cave began to fill with smoke and I asked my friend, "Hey, is this safe?" To which he replied, "Yeah man, it's just sulfur gas." I didn't know better at the time, so I went along with it. Anyways, a few minutes later the smoke scared all the cave spiders out of their cracks. As more and more appeared on the cave walls, I noped the fuck out of there. Crawling through that last 20 feet was brutal, since there was a large wolf spider and the biggest black widow I have ever seen right before the cave exit. I have never crawled/climbed so quickly. I used to drink anything. Like, if I saw a can of cola on a bench at the bus stop, I would finish it. There is a bottle of Sprite on the side of the road on the way to school? Chug. I should get tested, just in case. That's really fucking nasty, man. Yeah. I stopped after I drank something that someone put cigarettes in. My gran went out to walk the dog and left me in the house alone. She was only away for around 10 minutes, but me being an idiot thought I would light her gas fire to have the house warm for her coming home. I tried multiple times but it just wouldn't start, so I gave up and just kept on watching TV. A few minutes later my gran walks in and immediately says she can smell gas. Turns out I had left the gas on and the house was filled with it. My gran is a heavy smoker, so this could have ended very badly. TLDR, almost blew up my gran's house by pumping it full of gas. I used to stick a fork in my toaster to watch the sparks from the heating elements shorting out. Purely in the interests of science, mind you. My friend and I used to play this game where we would run out across the street just as a car was driving by. We would shout, "I win." When we made it to the other side, I suppose neither of us realized this was like Game of fucking Thrones, you win or you die. At least it's not as bad as what my friends and I did. We played chicken with a car. I never really thought about what not winning meant. When I was 3 I saw a lovely blue liquid sitting in the back garden while my mother went inside to pick some stuff up for gardening. I drank it. It was Miracle Grow. Had to go to hospital but luckily I was fine. I like to think that it's the reason I'm 6 feet 4 inches. Went through a pyromaniac phase when I was a kid. Me and a friend used a can of deodorant and a lighter to make a flamethrower after school one time. Didn't realize there was an open gas main a few feet from where we were standing. We both got ISS, in school suspension, for 2 days because a member of the public told our school. TLDR, almost blew up half of my town. My brother, our friends and I found an old wheelchair in an abandoned lot. We took pipes and attached them to the hand brakes to extend them, basically making a steering system. We then took the wheelchair to one of the steepest, curviest roads in town, and one of our friends took it, rode it down the hill while my brother followed in his Jeep. At one point we were coasting down the hill, going about 45 miles per hour, while the wheelchair was pulling away, going faster. Near the bottom of the hill was a particularly tight curve where the wheelchair lifting off to 2 wheels, and our friend had to hang off the side to keep it from flipping. We weren't very smart that night.
That's all. Thank you. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.